Hi there, this is K-Bar User again. Back with another video. It's kind of a knife review on my Wilderness Explorer. This is back from the 80s. And if you notice the knife, it is camouflage and it is thick leather. And just take the knife out here, show it to you. One hand working again, no tripod. Okay, and there's the knife. This is a 5.5 inch knife, a camouflaged handle. The handle is hollow. I don't know if you can get it right there, but it's the Explorer Wilderness on it. This knife is 440 stainless, made in Japan, a US patent number. It takes a fairly good edge, made for a 1980s survival knife. The case itself, like I said, is really thick camouflage leather. It's treated so that it's waterproof. Inside of it comes a stone, which I can't get out, but you can see the stone there. This is great. It's a one-hand operation. That is a really nice whetstone that they put in this. The stitching is really heavy duty. It's a good, solid knife. For a 1980s manufacturer, I mean, I looked this knife over well before I bought it, and you can't really see any scratches whatsoever on the knife. The sheath itself. The knife does have a few wear scratches, but hey, that's the way knives go. In the butt there is a really nice compass, and believe me, this compass really does work. I've tried it and it does point true north. If you can see that, it is going north on me. And you can also nail this compass and it will. It is rather sensitive. It's surprising. Now the butt doesn't screw. Inside of here, of course, I have nothing, but you can put a variety of stuff there if you wanted to. Fish hooks, waterproof matches is what I usually kept in there when I had them. I recently acquired this knife. This is not an old purchase, but I was really amazed at the fact that, you know, for what I paid for it, that I got such a good quality knife. The steel itself, like I said, is 440. It is stainless, high carbon stainless. It does strike ferro rods and all that, which they weren't meant to do, because those of you who don't remember back in the 80s, I don't remember a ferro rod in the 80s. I do remember Doan's bars. We used to issue them in the service. I do remember Doan's bars that had a ferro rod on the back, but as far as just, you know, the regular rod that we have nowadays, they weren't issued then. You took the back of this knife here, you could scrape the magnesium off with this, and it would strike a ferro rod on the back of the Doan's bar, and they were really good knives. I mean, I'm really impressed with this knife. As far as cutting ability, yes, it will shave paper. I don't think you really want to see another paper shaving video. The handle itself, I mean, typically you'll find these where the paint is worn off severely from use, because they were a hard used knife. They were the survival knife of the 80s. I got two or three more I'd like to go through over different videos, and one of them would be a Parker I. May stainless steel blade from the 80s. These knives, the Parkers, the Life Knife Commandos, or the Life Knife 2s, I think the Life Knife was actually the first one out right after the Rambo's 80-81. These came out probably around 84. And the Parker I. Mays, they came out around 84, 85, and then there was, you know, Bianchi made one, Al Marr made one, Jimmy Lyle made a bunch of them, Robert Parrish made some hollow handle survival knives. Of course, they're higher end survival knives. These were originally These are originally $27.95 in 1982, I think, was the price tag I seen on that knife. So they're $27.95 in 1982, so that would be right around the $80 to $100 mark now that we pay for, you know, your typical, say, Tops Nighthawk. And so, you know, you expected a good quality. The only problem this knife actually had was the fact that this tip right here is so thin and so upswept that it typically broke off with a lot of hard use. Like, you really can't dig in the logs with this knife or anything. But the one thing it is good for, you get your finger on there, it makes a beautiful skinner. That'll rip right down the side of an animal. The point is generous enough to where you can pierce skin with no problem. So there it is, 1980s once again, Wilderness Explorer 2. And this is Tom from K-Bar Users channel. I'd like to thank you once again for your time, and I'll see you again in another video, and we'll see what we can come up with then. Alright, y'all have a good night now.